of all the studio lights in all the towns and all the world. She walks on the Paramounts. Well, Netflix threw in the towel, and Paramount bought Warner Brothers. Everything is still pending regulations, but Paramount won the deal. Paramount won the bid. And let's break down their deal in terms of my last video about this. Okay, theaters. Paramount has announced they will be releasing 30 films combined per year. 15 per studio, with a 45-day theatrical window, which is the industry standard. More on that later. Now, how does this compare to years past? Okay, using 1999 as an example, Warner Brothers Pictures released 22 theatrical movies domestically in 1999, including The Matrix, Eyes Wide Shut, The Iron Giant, Wild Wild West, Deep Blue Sea, The Green Mile, and most of them were auteur-driven. And if you include New Line Cinema, because Wikipedia didn't, that's 11 more movies, including Austin Powers, The Spy Who Shagged Me, Drop Dead Gorgeous, and Magnolia. Meanwhile, Paramount released 15 movies domestically that year, including Varsity Blues, Election, Runaway Bride, Angela's Ashes, and The Talented Mr. Ripley. Compare that to 2015. Warner Brothers released 14 theatrically, including Sinners, Weapons, One Battle After Another, Final Destination, Minecraft. Paramount released 11. There's that number again. Okay, Mission Impossible, The Naked Gun, The Running Man remake. Now, back to theatrical windows. They're still too short for me right now. Now, Titanic played for a whole year before it got released on VHS. Most movies in general took a year to get released on video. Nowadays, it's only a couple months at most. I can make a whole separate video about my local theaters' vital signs, but that's beyond the scope of this video. Now, physical media, Paramount says, will be the same as usual. Standard and intact. And this is key. Paramount WB will continue licensing to third parties. This includes boutique labels like Criterion, Kino Lorber, Arrow, Vinegar Syndrome, etc. Other networks, other cable networks, and other platforms like Netflix. Now, Warner Archive, they haven't mentioned anything specifically about it, so keep your eyes peeled. They haven't mentioned anything specific about TCM, Turner Classic Movies, but I trust Paramount with it more than I would have trusted Netflix. I mean, Netflix never wanted to be in the cable business. But TCM is very important for film history, preservation, and appreciation. So, keep your eyes peeled. HBO Max and Paramount Plus have been announced to be combining. And I do stream a lot of Netflix. I stream a lot of HBO Max. It hasn't been in a while though, but yeah. And Paramount Plus a little bit. So this will be interesting. We'll have to see how that goes. Wait for more details. Now Netflix has a very terrible lack of pre-1980 movies. Even then, it would be something like The Godfather, Rocky, or Jaws, something popular and proven. And I'll be honest, were we really gonna see The Wild Bunch on Netflix? I don't think so. That 4K release might actually happen now. Make it happen, Paramount. Arrow, Criterion, somebody. I would much rather Warner Brothers stay be. Neither is a particularly favorable deal for political reasons. But I prefer Paramount. Between these two options, Netflix and Paramount, owning a legacy studio like Warner Brothers, I would take the seasick. No, I would rather pick The Devil I Know. And another interesting fact about this whole deal: Millie Bobby Brown's Godzilla movies from Warner Brothers, not owned by Netflix. The only two movies of hers not owned by Netflix will continue to not be owned by Netflix. Now, Netflix does have their own Godzilla movies, including arguably the best one since 1954, Godzilla -1. But guess what, guys? Guess what? I own it on 4K. I can watch it whenever. And one last note about Friday the 13th. The Friday the 13th reunification. Paramount owns the title Friday the 13th. So Horror Inc., which is Sean Cunningham, and Jason Universe, which is Victor Miller, not only need to come together themselves, but they would need to work with Paramount if they ever want to use the title Friday the 13th. And Greg from Fanscene has a really great video about this. Sorry for the lack of updates, but that's what we have so far. Just keep your eyes peeled. If you enjoyed this video, like, subscribe, hype, hit the bell, leave a comment. See you on the mountain.